Michael J. Fox has always been open about life's challenges, from his meteoric rise to fame in the 1980s to his ongoing battle with Parkinson's disease. But in a recent interview, the beloved actor shared something deeply personal that has left fans both shocked and contemplative. At 64, Michael revealed who he does not want at his funeral, and the reasons are as revealing as they are unexpected. For decades, Michael has been celebrated for his charm, humor, and resilience. Yet, behind the public persona, he has always been acutely aware of the fragility of life and the importance of personal boundaries. In this candid moment, he made it clear that even in death, he wants to preserve his dignity and peace, choosing carefully who will be present to honor his life. The revelation caught fans off guard. Michael emphasized that his funeral isn't about drama or spectacle. It's about closeness, love, and authenticity. Those he excludes, he explained, are not singled out to punish, but rather because their presence would bring tension, insincerity, or distraction from the meaningfulness of the occasion. His message was clear: life is precious, and even in death, he wants to maintain the respect and connection that mattered most during his lifetime. This is Michael J. Fox at his most honest, showing a side rarely seen in Hollywood. The actor is not only protecting himself, but also offering a lesson about valuing the people who truly matter and letting go of the noise. Fans have reacted with a mix of shock, admiration, and reflection, sparking conversations about boundaries, legacy, and the choices we make about the people we allow into our most intimate moments. For Michael, this isn't just about a funeral. It's a statement about his life, his values, and the clarity he's found over decades in the spotlight. And as the world listens, it's clear that even in his final wishes, Michael J. Fox continues to teach, inspire, and challenge the way we think about life, death, and the relationships we hold dear. Michael J. Fox has been a household name for decades. From his breakout role as Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties to his iconic performance in Back to the Future, he's captivated audiences with charm, wit, and an unmistakable energy. But beneath the silver screen persona lies a man who has faced challenges, health struggles, and the relentless scrutiny of fame. Now, at 64, he's opening up in a way that no fan could have anticipated, about life, legacy, and who he doesn't want at his funeral. In a candid interview that has quickly gone viral, Michael spoke about boundaries not just in life, but in death. It's a topic that few in Hollywood dare to touch. Many celebrities focus on the celebration of their career or public image when discussing their final wishes, but Michael's approach is strikingly different. It's deeply personal, reflective, and rooted in decades of experience navigating relationships under intense scrutiny. He explained that while funerals are traditionally seen as gatherings for family, friends, and colleagues, they can also reveal tensions and divisions. Michael wants to ensure that his farewell is genuine, peaceful, and meaningful. The people he chooses to exclude are not the targets of spite, he emphasizes. Instead, he wishes to avoid anyone whose presence might overshadow the love, authenticity, and quiet intimacy he values most. Life is too short to focus on drama, he shared. Even in death, I want to be surrounded by people who have always shown up, who have been real, supportive, and meaningful. That's what matters to me. Everything else just fades away. His words reveal not only a desire for peace, but also a rare clarity about what truly matters in life. For Michael, a funeral is not a stage, a spectacle, or a political gesture. It is a deeply private moment, one he wants to preserve for those who genuinely mattered to him. This revelation struck a chord with fans and the public. Michael's honesty is refreshing, especially in an era where celebrity announcements are often filtered through publicists or social media spin. Here, he is entirely unguarded, willing to admit that even relationships forged in fame can be complicated. The transparency has sparked conversations about the importance of boundaries, the people we choose to let into our lives, and the legacies we leave behind. Even beyond the revelation about his funeral, the conversation highlights a broader truth. Michael J. Fox has spent decades navigating life with grace, humor, and resilience. His health challenges, particularly living with Parkinson's disease, have forced him to confront vulnerability, mortality, and the fragility of time. This perspective undoubtedly shapes his approach to death and relationships, giving him the clarity to make such bold statements about who should and shouldn't share in his final moments. By the end of the interview, one thing is unmistakable: Michael J. Fox is in control of his story, his legacy, and his personal boundaries. He is choosing honesty over politeness, peace over pretense, and authenticity over obligation. His words are a lesson not just for fans, but for anyone navigating relationships, health challenges, or the inevitability of mortality. In revealing who he doesn't want at his funeral, Michael isn't being cruel or exclusionary. He's protecting the sanctity of his final farewell, and in doing so, he gives the world a glimpse of the man behind the legend, thoughtful, self-aware, and unafraid to make tough decisions for the sake of peace and authenticity. As fans reflect on his words, it becomes clear that Michael J. Fox is not just a celebrated actor. He is also a teacher, reminding us all that even in life's most private and solemn moments, clarity, love, and honesty should guide the way. Michael J. Fox has always been admired for more than just his talent. Fans respect the man behind the roles. His humor, humility, and resilience, particularly in the face of Parkinson's disease, have made him a symbol of strength and authenticity. Yet, despite decades of fame, he has rarely shared details about his personal life and the boundaries he maintains with those around him. His recent revelation about his funeral is a rare glimpse into the principles that guide him even in matters of death. In the interview, Michael emphasized that his decision isn't rooted in anger or resentment. This isn't about grudges, he clarified. It's about protecting the moments that matter. Even funerals can be stressful or performative if the wrong people are involved. The insight reveals a man who has learned the value of intentionality, a philosophy forged over decades of balancing career demands, public attention, and personal relationships. He understands that the people who surround you at pivotal moments shape the experience, for better or worse. Michael spoke about relationships in Hollywood and beyond, acknowledging that fame can complicate bonds. Some connections are genuine, rooted in mutual respect and support, while others exist for convenience, social leverage, or appearances. In his view, funerals are not the place for the latter. If someone hasn't shown up when it truly mattered, I don't need them in the room when it's time to say goodbye, he said. These words resonated with fans, many of whom shared personal reflections about the importance of boundaries and choosing meaningful relationships. His approach reflects a broader lesson that Michael has cultivated over decades. Life is finite, and your energy should be spent wisely. Through his acting career, public advocacy, and personal battles with Parkinson's, he has faced firsthand the fragility of time. That awareness has shaped his decisions, giving him clarity about the people and experiences that truly matter. He seeks authenticity, not obligation, even in his final farewell. The actor also shared that the choice of attendees for his funeral isn't just about personal peace. It's about honoring love and authenticity. He wants those who genuinely cared for him, friends who have supported him quietly, family who have stood by him, and colleagues who have shared meaningful experiences, to have the space to grieve and celebrate his life without distraction or conflict. In his mind, a funeral is a sacred space, a moment to reflect on life, not a stage for unresolved issues or performative gestures. Fans reacted strongly to Michael's openness, expressing admiration for his honesty and courage. Many noted that even public figures rarely discuss boundaries surrounding death, making his statements both bold and inspiring. His words sparked conversations about self-respect, intentionality, and the importance of surrounding oneself with people who genuinely matter. Lessons that extend far beyond the world of Hollywood. Through this revelation, Michael J. Fox demonstrates the wisdom gained from decades of experience. He isn't just planning a farewell. He is sending a message about living a meaningful life, valuing authentic relationships, and maintaining clarity about what and who truly deserves your attention. Even at 64, Michael continues to teach fans important lessons, not through a character or a scripted line, but through his honesty, reflection, and unfiltered perspective on life and death. In revealing who he doesn't want at his funeral, he reminds the world that boundaries, respect, and authenticity are timeless values, guiding not just the living, but also the legacy we leave behind. Michael J. Fox's revelation about his funeral may seem unusual to some, but for those who understand his journey, it makes perfect sense. Life in the spotlight, decades of public scrutiny, and a long battle with Parkinson's disease have given him a unique perspective on mortality, relationships, and personal boundaries. His decision about who should and shouldn't attend his funeral reflects more than preference. It represents a conscious exercise of control over his legacy and the environment in which his life is honored. Throughout his career, Michael has faced pressures that many people can scarcely imagine. Fame brings adoration, yes, but also intrusion, expectation, and judgment. Even close relationships can be tested by the glare of the public eye. In speaking about his funeral, Michael is exercising the ultimate control. He is deciding the people who are allowed to witness the final chapter of his life. "It's my choice," he says, and that choice is about peace, not revenge. He acknowledges that in life, not everyone shows their true colors. Some relationships flourish in genuine support, while others exist for appearances or convenience. His choice to exclude certain individuals is rooted in wisdom, not malice. Michael's goal is to ensure that his funeral is a sanctuary for love, reflection, and authenticity, not a gathering marred by tension, unresolved conflicts, or performative gestures. In essence, he is protecting the sanctity of a deeply personal moment. The revelation also speaks to his broader philosophy on life. Michael has often reflected publicly on his experiences with Parkinson's disease, emphasizing resilience, adaptability, and the importance of focusing on what truly matters. By making clear choices about his final farewell, he reinforces the principle that life, and even death, should be approached intentionally. Every decision matters: who you spend time with, who you allow into your most intimate spaces, and who is present when you mark your transition. Fans have responded with admiration and reflection. Many see Michael's honesty as a blueprint for setting boundaries, maintaining dignity, and prioritizing genuine relationships. His willingness to speak openly about such a personal topic encourages others to consider their own lives, whom they trust, whom they value, and how they wish to be remembered. The conversation extends beyond celebrity gossip. It is a meditation on life, relationships, and the human need for authenticity. Michael's focus on choice also reflects his gratitude for those who have truly supported him. Throughout the years, family, close friends, and loyal colleagues form the core of those he wishes to honor in his final farewell. These are the individuals who have offered unwavering support, love, and understanding, often behind the scenes, without expectation of recognition or reward. They are the people whose presence will create a funeral that is not just an event, but a meaningful celebration of life. By framing his funeral in this way, Michael J. Fox is teaching a powerful lesson. The power of choice extends beyond life itself. How we curate our relationships, how we safeguard our peace, and how we honor meaningful connections are all reflections of how we live, and ultimately, how we leave our legacy. In revealing who he does not want at his funeral, Michael underscores the importance of intentionality and authenticity. It's a message that resonates far beyond the Hollywood spotlight. Life is finite, and the people we allow into our most sacred moments define the experience, shaping not only our memories, but the legacy we leave behind. Even at 64, Michael J. Fox continues to inspire, not only through his acting or advocacy, but through the thoughtful, deliberate way he approaches life's most personal and profound moments. In setting boundaries for his funeral, he reminds the world that the final chapter can be written on one's own terms, guided by wisdom, love, and clarity. As Michael J. Fox continues to open up about his personal life, his revelations about his funeral plans reveal more than preferences. They illuminate the values and wisdom that have shaped him over decades. At 64, he is acutely aware of the fleeting nature of time, the fragility of health, and the importance of surrounding oneself with authenticity. His decision to exclude certain people is a reflection of lessons learned, Both from fame and life itself, Michael explained that, for him, funerals are not meant to be performances or social obligations. It's not about who can put on the best show or who can sit in the front row, he said. It's about the people who were truly present in your life when it mattered. In his mind, a funeral is sacred, a place to honor love, connection, and shared experiences. By setting boundaries, he is protecting the integrity of that moment, ensuring it is a space where grief, gratitude, and reflection can exist undisturbed. The actor reflected on how his experiences have taught him to recognize the difference between genuine relationships and superficial associations. Decades in Hollywood exposed him to both friendships that endured the pressures of fame and illness, and connections that only lasted as long as convenience or appearances allowed. His candidness about who he doesn't want at his funeral is less about exclusion and more about preserving emotional clarity. It's about ensuring that his final farewell is attended by those whose presence brings comfort, warmth, and meaning. Michael's perspective also highlights the importance of gratitude. He has consistently credited his family, close friends, and dedicated colleagues for their support throughout his life, and he wants those relationships to be honored in the way they deserve. By choosing who is included, he is acknowledging those who truly mattered, giving them a space to grieve, celebrate, and remember without distractions or tensions that might arise from less meaningful relationships. Fans and observers have responded with admiration for Michael's honesty. Many recognize the courage it takes to make such personal decisions public, particularly in a culture where privacy is rare and speculation is constant. His approach serves as a powerful reminder that life is about prioritizing authenticity, protecting peace, and valuing the people who have consistently shown up. It's a lesson that transcends celebrity. It resonates with anyone striving to live intentionally. Beyond relationships, Michael's revelation touches on broader themes of legacy. In defining who will witness his final moments, he is also defining how he will be remembered. His choice is deliberate, thoughtful, and grounded in decades of life experience. It underscores a truth he has shared repeatedly in interviews, that resilience, integrity, and intentionality are as important in private life as they are in the public eye. By sharing these personal wishes, Michael J. Fox continues to teach even outside of his acting career. His candidness encourages reflection on one's own relationships, the importance of setting boundaries, and the value of creating meaningful experiences. In doing so, he reminds us all that we have the power to shape not only our lives, but also the narrative of our final farewell. As the conversation concludes, it's clear that Michael's choices are not rooted in negativity, but in clarity, love, and wisdom. At 64, he demonstrates that legacy is about more than fame or accolades. It's about authenticity, intentionality, and honoring the people who matter most. Even in discussing his funeral, he inspires a deeper understanding of how life should be lived, how relationships should be nurtured, and how peace can be preserved until the very end. Michael J. Fox's message is simple but profound. The people you allow into your life and into your most intimate moments define not only your experiences, but the legacy you leave behind. And in his decision to exclude certain individuals, he leaves a lasting lesson for the world about clarity, boundaries, and the enduring power of thoughtful choice.